God of War Ragnarok Launch Edition, God of War Ragnarok Pre-Order Date, Editions. God of War Ragnarok Launch Edition. Base game for PS4 or PS5. Kratos Risen Snow Armor. Atreus Risen Snow Tunic. Will God of War Ragnarok be on PS4? The God of War sequel is planned for PS5, but it's also coming to PS4. The news of a previous generation version was quietly shared via a Q&A with Herman Hulst, the head of PlayStation Studios, on the company's blog. At the September PlayStation Showcase, Sony confirmed that Ragnarok will be released across PS5 and PS4, though there is no word yet on any differences between the editions that might exist. Sony's God of War Ragnarok website also says that you'll be able to upgrade the PS4 digital or disc version to a PS5 digital version at an additional cost of $10. Release date: when is God of War Ragnarok coming out? God of War Ragnarok finally has a release date, November 9, 2022. The news was shared out of the blue in early July, following a stretch in which developers at Sony Santa Monica were harassed due to the lack of a date. It will be available for both PS4 and PS5 on that date, with a $10 upgrade available for owners of the PS4 Standard Edition. This release date follows the sequel being delayed to 2022. Sony Santa Monica reconfirmed its 2022 release date repeatedly. Despite those reassurances, fans believed another delay was likely, especially after God of War 2018 director Cory Barlog and Sony Santa Monica celebrated the 4-year anniversary of that game's release by not sharing any new or additional footage of Ragnarok. "We haven't said a lot about this. That's because everybody is heads down, hard at work," Barlog said in a video tweeted by Sony Santa Monica for the anniversary. "We are perfectionists. Everyone is tightening up the graphics. There is so much going on right now that I just wish we could share with you. But it's just not ready to be shown," he said. "I guarantee you the very second that we have something we're ready to share, we're going to share it with you. We don't want to hold any of this back. So please, hold tight, know that something cool is coming and that everybody here at Sony Santa Monica is so incredibly thankful for all the support you've given us." Sony Santa Monica Studios explained the delay into 2022 via Twitter, asserting the studios need to remain focused on delivering a top-quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners, and families. We later got a little more context on why Ragnarok was delayed from its 2021 release date. Kratos voice actor Christopher Judge took to Twitter in September to admit that he was at least partially responsible for the game being pushed out of 2021. "To the beloved fandom, Ragnarok was delayed because of me. August 2019, I couldn't walk," Judge wrote. "Had to have back surgery, both hips replaced, and knee surgery. They waited for me to rehab." Judge also said on Twitter that Sony Santa Monica fully supported him through his recovery and the game's delay. "No threats, no, who do you think you are? Nothing but love and support." And Sony Santa Monica has never said a word about the delay and what caused it. "Studios are assholes, but this company from top to bottom should give us hope," he wrote. The story so far. The trailer for Ragnarok released in September confirms that the game takes place a few years after the events of 2018's God of War. The freezing winds of Fimbulwinter have come to Midgard, making survival for Kratos, Atreus, and Mimir in the Norse wilds even more challenging than before, Sony said in a blog post. While the last game built an enormous amount of trust and understanding between father and son, there is still a great deal of complexity in their interactions, especially after the revelation of Atreus' giant heritage and the hidden prophecy only Kratos saw. In Ragnarok, Atreus is desperately curious, according to Sony. Like most young people, he wants to understand who he is more than anything. In this case, he wants to understand who he could be. The mystery of Loki's role in the upcoming conflict is something that Atreus cannot let go of. He wants to keep his family safe, but Atreus also doesn't want to stand by and do nothing while conflict consumes the Nine Realms. As for Kratos, Sony says he is intent on helping to spare Atreus from the bloody lessons he learned from his conflict with gods. He wants to keep his son safe, above all, and their confrontation with Baldur has vindicated the belief that only tragedy will come from further entanglements with the Aesir, reads a line from the game's description. Together, Kratos and Atreus will have to make a choice about which path they will take. Whatever they choose will define the fate of all those living in the Nine Realms as Ragnarok approaches.